Hey, CLA Church family, it's me, Pastor Verity, and this is your Thursday morning devotional. It has been so long, and I miss you guys like crazy, but I have a great word for you today, and I just wanted you guys to be encouraged, because as you know, I always have to have a song in my heart to go with my devotional, and today we have this old school favorite throwback. I don't know if you guys remember Shout to the Lord, but I was reading 2 Corinthians 1 today, and it's all about comfort, and not just who God is and how he's our source of comfort, but how he's merciful and how he's not just the source of all comfort, but he comforts us in our troubles. He comforts us in all times, so that not only we're a comfort in our situations, but so that we can be a comfort to those around us. But my favorite part, what really caught me here, is when we get into verse 9, where it says, it gets deep, it gets so intense, where it says, in fact, we expected to die, but as a result, we stopped relying on ourselves and learned to rely on God who raised the dead. And he did rescue us from mortal danger, and he will rescue us again. And that was my favorite part, because it says, we have placed our confidence in him and will continue, and he will continue to rescue us. So I sat back and I was like, okay, hold on, Cletus, let's think about this. And I'm sorry, I always say that. But the reality is, because we were going through that moment of strife, and that that moment of strife, that moment of feeling like they were thinking our lives are in danger, we expected to die. And as a result, we stopped relying on ourselves and learned to rely on God. And that's why I love that whole frog stanza, fully rely on God, because that's all he's asking us to do, is just trust in him and just, call out to him, let him just stop and let him deliver us. And in that moment, we watch him do phenomenal, amazing, miraculous things. And there's a peace and a greatness that just rests in us, in knowing that we are not the end all be all in all this. Like, we're not in control. It's not me. It's not Verity. Verity has no say in what's about to go down. I can't control everyone around me. I can only control what Verity's doing. And there is so much peace in knowing that the King of Kings and Lord of Lords has got this under control, even when it looks like there's chaos and just so much noise around me, that he's got it. And my favorite, I just love being encouraged, because like I always say, if he's the same yesterday, today, and forever, he'll do it again. Won't he do it? So I want you guys to be encouraged. And again, the song that I was singing was Shout to the Lord. And it's because when I was listening to that one earlier, and when I was thinking of a word for today's word, the opening of that one literally just starts off, my Jesus, my Savior, Lord, there is none like you. All of my days I long to praise the wonders of your mighty love. You're my comfort and my shelter, tower of refuge and strength. Let every breath and all that I am never cease to worship you. And then it gets so intense, because at that moment he's just like, you know what? Rely on me. And I love it. I can't help it. It's my favorite part of just entering in with him and knowing that, you know what, Lord, you are my comfort. You're my shelter. You're literally my tower of refuge and strength in that moment. I know I'm not strong enough to endure all that's going on around me by myself. I know I'm not even a little bit. Verity is not that strong. I can call on every friend and everybody I know around me, and they're not strong enough. I know it. I can call on them, and they'll give me all the fun, cool words and say everything they know how to say to make me feel good for a second. But his love, his power, his strength is eternal. His peace literally surpasses all understandings. And knowing that he's the same yesterday, today, and forever, and we can look back on this letter right here that Paul wrote to the church at Corinth, right here in 2 Corinthians 1, where he says, you know what, let me tell you about what's been going on in Asia. Look, we were crushed and overwhelmed beyond our ability to endure, and we thought we would never live through it. And in verse 9, he says, in fact, we expected to die. But as a result, we stopped relying on ourselves and learned to rely on God who raised the dead. And he did rescue us from mortal danger, and he will rescue us again. We have placed our confidence in him, and he will continue to rescue us. That is my favorite. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Continue to trust in him, rely on God, and know that he's got this. I love you guys so much, and I miss you like crazy. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.